Chapter 5 Gulliver in the Land of the Giants. Learning Objectives. 1. A warm and sincere welcome gives a sense of caring and makes people feel appreciated. Warm up. How to be a perfect host. When you are a host at your house and about to welcome a guest, there are rules you should obey. Look at their sentences and tick the one in which you should do it and cross the one in which you should not. Unscramble the sentences and then decide should do or should not do. Should do, should not do. 1. Welcome warm guests to. 2. Conversation keeps the flowing. 3. Make sure too long before the food is served. Guests don't have to wait. 4. Tidy home has a clean and. Jonathan Swift, 1667 to 1745, was an Anglo-Irish satirist, essayist, political pamphleteer, poet, and cleric who became Dean of St. Patrick's Cathedral, Dublin. He is best known for his works such as Gulliver's Travels, A Modest Proposal, A Journal to Stella, Drapier's Letters, The Battle of the Books, An Argument Against Abolishing Christianity, and A Tale of a Tuber. Gulliver's Travel is a famous book of adventure. It was written by Jonathan Swift. Gulliver had made many voyages in the sea and faced many uncommon situations. During one of his voyages, he reached the land of giants. Here is an extract of his experience narrated in his own words. After staying in England with my wife and family for 2 months, I undertook my next sea voyage, which took me to the land of the giants called Brobdingnag. A giant farmer discovered me and took me up on his farm. He was at least 60 feet high, and I was just 6. After a close examination, he realized that I was a human being like him, only much smaller in size. He tried to speak to me in his language. The sound of his voice was like the sound of thunder, but I could not understand anything. I spoke in English in a loud voice. He carried me near his ears, but it was of no use. We could not understand each other's language. The farmer took out his handkerchief, doubled it, and laid it on his palm. He put me on it and walked on. I couldn't stand due to the movement of his hand, so I lay at my full length. Then he covered me with the ends of his handkerchief and took me home. The farmer called his wife. She, too, was a giant woman like him. She was 60 feet high. He showed me to her. At first, she screamed and ran back frightened, as if seeing a spider or lizard. It took her husband a long time to remove her fear. She watched my behavior and slowly began to touch me and lift me. She behaved very kindly with me. It was lunchtime, so all the people in the family took their seat at the table. They were a small family: the farmer, his wife, 3 children, and an old grandmother. There was only one good dish of delicious food as I could smell. It was on a huge plate of about 24 feet in diameter. The table was 30 feet high. The farmer put me on the table. I was terribly frightened and kept as far as I could from the edge of the table. The farmer's wife placed some food before me. I bowed low to the farmer and his wife and began to eat. All were delighted to see me eat. Then the mistress sent her maid to fetch a small medicine cup. It held about 3 gallons of drink. I lifted the cup in both hands with great difficulty, then in a most respectful manner drank to their health. The drink tasted good. I spoke out words loudly in their praise. It made them all laugh heartily. I almost fainted with the laughing noise. Now the farmer made a sign for me to come to his side. As I walked, I tumbled against a crust of bread and fell flat. I got up at once and saw that the good people were all standing around. I took my hat, waved it over my head, and bowed low 3 times. They were glad to see that I was not hurt. Just then, the youngest son of the farmer, a boy of 10, took me up by the legs and held me in the air. I was shaking all over with fear, but his father snatched me from him and scolded him for his bad manners. When we were halfway through the lunch, their pet cat jumped into the lap of the mistress. Hearing the purring noise of the cat, I turned my head. The animal was 3 times the size of an ox. Its frightening to look made me trembling. I could not move out of fear. 3 dogs of the farmer also came into the room for the leftovers. One of them was a mastiff the size of 4 elephants, and the 2 others, greyhounds, somewhat taller than the mastiff but not so big. When the lunch was almost over, a nurse came in with a year-old baby in her arms. The baby stretched his hand towards me. The mistress took me up and gave to him. The baby caught me by the middle and pushed my head in his mouth. I screamed so loudly that he became frightened and let me drop. The mistress held out her apron to save me from the injury from falling down. After lunch, the farmer went back to his field. From his voice and gesture, I knew that he gave his wife instructions to take good care of me. They had a daughter about 12 years old. She was about 60 feet tall. She was an expert with her needle and made fine dresses for her dolls. She and her mother made a bed for me in the doll's cradle. They put me in the cradle and put the cradle on a hanging shelf for fear of rats. The rats were as large as mastiffs and much more nimble and fierce. Their tails were about 6 feet long. The farmer's daughter was very kind. She made clothes for me, but their clothes were coarse. She also washed my clothes. She taught me their language. When I pointed to something, she would tell me its name in her language. I repeated the sound 2 or 3 times. In a few days, I was able to ask for whatever I wanted. She gave me the name of Little Man. She looked after me with a lot of care. She never left my side as long as I was there. I called her the Little Nurse. Jonathan Swift. Find meaning. Voyage, journey. Undertook, commenced, realized, understood, screamed, shrieked. Delicious, tasty. Terribly, awfully, delighted, pleased, fetched, brought, tumbled, fell down, scolded, rebuked, stretched, spread, gesture, body language, cradle, caught, nimble, lively, coarse, rough. Exercises, creative expression. Tell your story. You woke up one morning and found yourself in the land of giants. Write a paragraph describing your experiences there and how you got back home finally. You may begin like this. Everything around me looked different. Cross-curricular connect. Learning by doing. At the end of the story, the farmer's daughter was named Little Nurse. Have you been a good host ever? Go home and be a host for a day and serve water to anyone who comes to your house. It can also be your parents returning home after work. Try this act of kindness and share it with the class. Critical thinking. Let's play a game. Gulliver took a sea voyage which took him to the land of the giants. Think of different types of vehicles used today and solve this crossword puzzle. Ship, submarine, wagon, taxi, bus, airplane, bicycle, balloon, excavator, helicopter, crane, truck, rocket. Logical thinking. You have learned a new song in your music class. You come home and you saw guests at home. You eagerly sing it in front of them. However, your sibling teases you. What will you do? A. I will ask my music teacher whether I sing well and ask her or him to help me improve. B. I will stop singing. C. I will be angry with my sister or brother for being nasty in front of the guest. Exercise time. A. Answer the following questions. 1. Where did Gulliver belong to? To where did he start his sea voyage? Answer. Gulliver belongs to Lilliput. He started his sea voyage from England. Number 2. Describe the giant farmer who discovered Gulliver. Answer. The giant farmer who discovered Gulliver was at least 60 feet high and the sound of his voice was like the sound of thunder. 3. At first, how did the farmer's wife react to see Gulliver? Answer. At first, she screamed and ran back, frightened, as if seeing a spider or lizard. 4. How high was the dining table? Why did Gulliver keep away from the edge of the table? Answer. The table was 30 feet high. The farmer put Gulliver on the table. He was terribly frightened and kept as far as he could from the edge of the table. Number 5. Why did the farmer scold his youngest son? Answer. The farmer scolded his youngest son for his bad manners because he took Gulliver up by the legs and held him in the air. He was shaking all over with fear, but the farmer snatched Gulliver from his son. Number 6. Where did the little girl and her mother make Gulliver's bed? Why did they put the bed on a hanging shelf? Answer. The little girl and her mother made a bed for Gulliver's in the doll's cradle. They put him in the cradle on a hanging shelf for fear of rats. The rats were as large as mastiffs and much more nimble and fierce. Their tails were about 6 feet long. Number 7. Who was the little nurse? How did she take care of Gulliver? Answer. The farmer's daughter was a little nurse. She made clothes for him, but their clothes were coarse. She also washed his clothes. She taught him their language. When he pointed to something, she would tell him its name in her language. He repeated the sound 2 or 3 times. In a few days, he was able to ask for whatever he wanted. She gave him the name of the little man. She looked after him with a lot of care. She never left his side as long as he was there. B. Find their meaning. 1. Mastiffs. Strong breed with drooping ears and pendulous lips. 2. Trembling, shaking or quivering. 3. Purring, make a low continuous vibratory sound expressing contentment. 4. Gallons, a unit of liquid or dry capacity equal to 8 pints or 4.55 liters. C. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. 1. The giant farmer was at least 60 feet high and I was just 6. 2. The sound of the giant farmer was like the sound of the thunder. 3. Now the farmer made a sign for me to come to his side. 4. 3 dogs of the farmer also came into the room for the leftovers. 5. I screamed so loudly that he became frightened and let me drop. D. Match the following. Column A, column B. 1. Terribly, awfully. 2. Delighted, pleased. 3. Scolded, rebuked. Trembled, fell down. Undertook, commenced. E. Take the right options. 1. He went to the land of giants called 1. Brobdingnag. 2. Westeros. 3. Danotopia. Answer 1. Brobdingnag. 2. A giant dash discovered Gulliver. 1. Farmer. 2. Peasant. 3. Cobbler. Answer 1. Farmer. 3. The farmer took out his dash, doubled it and laid it on his palm. 1. Handkerchief. 2. Towel. 3. Paper. Answer 1. Handkerchief. Conceptual understanding. Write T for true and F for false statements. 1. The giant farmer took Gulliver on his shoulder. True. 2. The giant farmer's wife was 60 feet high. True. 3. The baby put Gulliver's head in its mouth. False. 4. The giant farmer had 3 pet cats and 1 dog. False. 5. The farmer's daughter taught Gulliver their language. True. Communication. Writing skills. How did Gulliver spend his days in the house of the giant farmer? Write in your own words the things he saw and did there. Reading skills. Read the passage and answer the questions given below. One day, when I was standing on the port, I saw a ship approaching the port. It was the same ship which had sailed further after leaving me behind, struggling in the sea. When the captain of the ship saw me, he was greatly surprised to find me alive, and the other crew members hugged me with happiness. The captain handed over my goods to me, which had been left on the ship. 1. Where was he standing? 2. What did he see? 3. Whom did he meet on the ship and why was the person surprised? 4. What did he get back from the captain? Listening and speaking skills. During one of his voyages, Gulliver reached the land of the giants. A giant farmer discovered him and took him to his house. Everything in the house was of extraordinarily large in size. The people, the dogs, the cats, and even the rats were of enormous sizes. Gulliver stayed there in the care of the little daughter of the giant. Imagine that after his return from the land of the giants, Gulliver narrated his experience to one of his friends, take hints from the lesson and develop an imaginary conversation between Gulliver and his friend. Friend: Hello Gulliver, where did you go this time? Gulliver: I had gone to the land of the giants. Friend: Land of giants? What do you mean? Gulliver: It's true. I had really dashed giants. Friend: What did you? Gulliver: Everything there dash large in size. Friend: Weren't you dash the giants? Gulliver: No, they treated dash. Let's learn spellings. Spellings: O-R-Y, E-R-Y and A-R-Y words. Words ending in O-R-Y can be nouns, category, accessory or adjectives. Derogatory, satisfactory can be related to nouns ending in O-R, predatory from a predator, directory from director, and also formed from words ending in I-N, I-O-N. Introductory from the introduction. Examples: sensory, memory, factory, preparatory, mandatory. From new words from the following words using O-R-Y, E-R-Y or A-R-Y, make any other necessary changes. 1. Machine, machinery. 2. Advise, advisory. 3. Brewery. 4. Vision, visionary. 5. Mock, mockery. 6. Compliment, complimentary. 7. Slipper, slippery. 8. Diction, dictionary. Let's learn grammar. We use commas. 1. To separate words and word groups in a series of 3 or more items. 2. To separate two adjectives when the adjectives are interchangeable. 3. After certain words that introduce a sentence such as yes, well or hello. Number 4. When we begin a sentence with a dependent clause. 5. To introduce or break direct quotations. 6. To separate a statement from a question as in question tags.